day, Rusk enjoyers. Happy Rikes, it's time for the Abnormal Barders. Now, considering we don't have that much time, a brand new Genesis terminal appeared. No, it's the Dead Hand terminal, Hedge. Yeah, that's Counter-Strike. So a brand new batch of skins has appeared, but they're not marketable right now. So we kind of panicked for a bit. I mean, we still did the barter there, and if you care about Counter-Strike, that's available. The skins in this collection are available next Thursday. So 8 o'clock in the morning, UK time. That'll be midnight, wherever Valve is located, time zone. If you know where specifically Valve is, their time zone would be midnight. Cool. So we're here to focus Rust. Come on, let's focus Rust. And we've got 23 minutes to go. Come on then, Hedge, let's blitz through it. Okay, so we're going to try and do this nice and quick. I'm very sorry, but things happened, and Hedge has to roll. If you don't fully understand what abnormals are, consider looking in the description right now. At the very top, there are 2 videos listed. The short video is on top, 60 seconds long. It'll quickly showcase to you the abnormal skins. They become marketable before the Rust even rotates, right? So basically, with the abnormal skins, in about 22 minutes from now, yep, on the dot, they will become marketable, and we'll race to put barders down, all right? And hopefully, we figure out the best prices for them, and hopefully, we're the guys that pick these skins up for a much cheaper price and sell them for some sweet, delicious profit. Sounds good? So, yes, we get the early advantage because the Rust store doesn't rotate until tomorrow, probably not for another 20 hours. So we can get an early look and see if these skins could actually retain their value and actually turn out to be quite nice investments. If they can retain their value, yes, that would be a nice indicator that they'll very likely work out nicely and give us some sweet, delicious profit. Cool. Now, if you want to understand and learn about everything in regards to like abnormal skins, look at the second video listed at the top of the description. It's about 20 minutes long. It's fairly old, but it does explain everything in regards to abnormals. Sounds good? Let's roll, okay? I'm going to blitz through all these skins, and then we can actually do the barders. Hazma SMD. I thought that was going to do around 40,000 subscribers. I just said 40,000 plus. At the moment, it's just short, but over the course of the next 20 or so hours, it will go over 40,000. That is to be expected. Also, that's not the Saturday 48-hour analysis. Good job, Hedge. All right, let's go over to here. So, I thought the SMD, 40,000 plus, it is to be expected, but does that mean it's in trouble? Because 40,000 plus subscribers sounds like a ridiculous amount. That is true. However, we saw the garage door work out wonderfully, didn't we? So the garage door, that spiked demand, spiked in price, ever so nice. And now we sit here and question, could we see a sequel to the SMD? Could we see more of this proposed collection? Well, has the skin creator responded? Let's go ahead and take a look. And no, he never responds. But the idea of an armored double door, it sounds like it could work out quite nicely. If you aren't fully well aware, the armored double door is the focused item of the month. And if we see Hazma double armored door with 2 girls instead of 1, yeah, that could work out very nicely. If it gets accepted, that SMD will be appreciating it ever so nicely. But independently, you might sit there and say, Hedge, I don't like anime. I hate it. Everyone's allowed to have their opinion, but we must respect that a lot of people bought it because they want it. Now, if we were to look at all the SMD doors, honestly, there's only one single door that's anime themed, and that's the Christmas Miracle door. If you saw how that behaved in the lead up to last year's Christmas, I mean, it was only like 2 or 3 months ago. If you saw how that was behaving, that was doing very good. And even right now, yes, it's down in price. It's only down by 17%. People like that. People appreciate that. And it also sold a lot as well. So, point I'm trying to get across is, garage door worked out wonderfully. SMD door has not sold as much. I think that's going to do quite nicely. Honestly, priced at $2.49, I think I'm gone strong. I'm going to offer between $1.50 to $2. I think I'll be buying some today. I wouldn't be surprised if that actually looks like it's going to retain its price. Will it be an instant profit? Considering that right now we're in March. March and April, Easter dip. So unfortunately, during this period of time, prices drop off. Less people will be playing. It's a routine thing that happens every single year. We've seen it happen many times in the past. I think as we approach the summertime now, I can see it rising up. So the possibility of a sequel and the possibility of the summer being very nice, who knows? We'll probably have a very big update coming around the summertime, hopefully. I can see it working out nicely. I think it'll be a very nice thing to approach. Right, so yes, $1.50 to $2. Naval Tier 2. This is going to be a very interesting thing to talk about because initially I thought the barbecue, the SKS, the Tier 2 armor, the garage door, and the sleeping bag, I thought they were going to do between 23 to 25,000 subscribers. And that would have been fine. Purely based on the fact that the hoodie and pants probably would have appreciated the tier 2 selling a similar amount. It doesn't look like that's going to be happening. At the very least, it's somewhat close to each other. Who sold their hoodie and pants? Did you appreciate selling them for about $10 a piece? I'm sure you did. I'm sure you did. But the question of, is there tier 3 armor? It didn't happen. It didn't happen. I was surprised, but I'm kind of also not surprised. Michigan Svonspa, they decided to take a week off, which is fine. It's nice to see them not trying to rush out everything all in one go. They're playing it a little bit more sensibly. And to be honest with you, I do still anticipate tier 3 will be accepted when the time is right, when it's out. But we should also be well aware, Easter is around the corner. April Force Wipe and the second week of April are expected to be Easter Rush Doors. So keep that in your head. If we don't see tier 3 for a while, that could be a bit problematic. You saw what happened to the hoodie and pants over the course of like 3 weeks until we saw tier 2 appear. But then you saw the reaction when we saw the tier 2 appear. Oh, yes, you did. Oh, yes, you did. So, will tier 3 happen? Yes. Will it be accepted? Who knows? But, like, for tomorrow, it wouldn't surprise me to see Black Ops tier 2. I feel like that's like a perfectly fine time for that to happen. That'd be nice. Hopefully. Right, anyway, so yes, what to say then? Well, to be honest with you, if you feel confident... If you feel confident that we'll see tier 3 being made and accepted, and boots and gloves, maybe even tactical gloves... If you fully expect this collection to properly succeed and finish and whatnot, well, I think you might want to put down a stronger barter. For the kilt in particular, I will sit here and say this. Roadside kilts tend to be the most valuable piece in a collection because it's the only leg armor we have. All right? It has not sold as much in comparison to the hoodie and pants. Collection continuations loom over our heads, hopefully. I'm going to sit there and say, for the Naval Camo kilt, I think I'll just do $1 to $1.50. To be honest with you, if we saw that tier 3 armor being submitted this past weekend, I'd have said something like $1.20 to $1.70. And if you still feel very confident that's going to happen, cool. But what if Face Punch decides to not accept the tier 3 armor until after Easter, aka 3 weeks into April? And don't be surprised if they do end up doing something like that. So, okay, there might be a bit of a wait. That might be a bit of a problem. But if it still happens eventually, you know what? That's fine. I might push it up a bit higher. I might just commit to $1.20 to $1.70 for the Naval Camo kilt. Also, consider this. We don't get that many blue armor piece sets and whatnot, and this isn't shiny. The other ones we've seen, they are fairly shiny. They're also dark blue. This is quite unique. I can see the Naval Camo collection being completed. That's the hope, but at the end of the day, it's up to Face Punch. So in regards to the other two pieces, of course, the coffee can is selling for a little bit less, and of course, the Naval Camo vest is selling for $2 as well. For that, I would just stick with $1 to $1.50, and with the Naval Camo helmet, I'll probably do like 80 cents to $1.20. Still going strong, but still, you know, a little bit less. Sinotype Farm Garage Door? Well, I didn't see a collection continuation. Let's just quickly go ahead and see. I mean, did it happen? Well, no, we got purple. What? We got purple. Don't like purple. Anyway, moving on. So I wouldn't. It really wouldn't surprise me if we do see more garage doors like this being produced. Well, obviously they're sidetracking a bit, but wow, look at that collection. Oh, it's now even cheaper. The prices have dropped off even lower. It is not looking pretty for that storage collection, is it? No. Oh. So anyway, you might sit there and say, oh, but surely, you know, themed doors would be nice, right, Hedge? Well, take a look at the Neon Farm garage door from last year. It was the very first thing I showed off when I first saw this Sinotype one. I can't help but assume the same fate will befall upon it as well. 70 cents, 90 cents. Boom, done. Moving on. Nuke Vibe BBQ. There will be a whole lot more barbecues this month. It's inevitable. I've seen them. I've shown off. Like, here we go. Let's quickly switch over to here. Let's show off the short videos because we showed off many. There's about 20 barbecue skins shown off in this short video, and then there's 6 collection continuations that I showed off in this video. 6 or 8? I can't remember. But yes, there's a lot of them on the horizon. They look shinier. They look, to be honest with you, a little bit more interesting. So I think Nuke Vibe will very likely drop off. What am I going to offer? 70 cents, 90 cents. I'm playing it safe. Nuke Room Double Armored Door. A very cool looking skin. Armored double doors tend to work out quite nicely, based on the fact that we didn't see that many of them being accepted, but it's the focus time of the month. We'll see more tomorrow. Like, do not be surprised at the possibility of seeing either 2 barbecues or 2 armored double doors tomorrow. It shouldn't be surprising, all right? Unfortunately, your collection's not very in demand. No, it's not. Well, I mean, we've seen some parts recovering and then the rest of them. Priced at $3 with more to come. I'm going to sit here and say I'll probably play it safe. I'll just do $1 to $1.50. I don't fully trust it. Sorry to say, but I'm sure you'd agree. Right then, moving on from there. Little wheel spinner. Right, so, got to point this out. It was the focused item of the month last month. That went down a price. That went down a price to a point. It's only down by a quarter. Only. But this right here, well, this right here, very stylish design. It glows in the dark, and it's actually still holding up quite nicely. This right here, well, if you want to do some offshore gambling in your boats and make your very own bandit camp in the deep sea, you could make your very own little, gambling spot. So, yeah, that right there, obviously an homage to bandit camp wheel and whatnot. Yeah, as a silly little decoration, as just a fun little thing to put to the side, it's a fun skin. It also glows in the dark. Oh, so you could situate that in certain points, so you could easily navigate around your base when it's super dark at night time, if you haven't got like a fireplace or, lighting set up. So, okay, cool. Fortune spinner, pretty sweet. I'm surprised it's finally been accepted now, because there's been like several attempts for that. Anyway, moving on. It has still done 17,000 subscribers. That's a lot. But that would also point out that, yeah, people want this, people crave it, people like it. Okay, well, fair enough then. There's demand. I think, realistically speaking, the safest thing to do is just offer like halfway, 70 cents to $1. I can't help to assume it might drop off after a while. I think 70 cents to $1 probably be okay. Also, what's stopping other skin creators from making more skins like that glow in the dark? They'd have to be pretty smart about it, and I reckon with Easter around the corner, maybe someone could do a transparent one with an egg. Like, Crow, can we have an egg spinning wheel, please? How much are we offering for the kilt? I said for the kilt, I personally will want to do $1.20 to $1.70 for that one. For this spinning wheel, 70 cents to $1. Imprisoned Demon AK47, priced at $3. Let me tell you this, it wouldn't surprise me if it drops off and goes down pretty badly. I'm sorry to say, I mean, we had a $3 AK quite recently. It's half the price already. So what am I going to offer for this? I mean, 60 cents to 80 cents. Sorry to say, not feeling it. And now we have HellCore Thompson. It has sold less than what I was expecting. I thought HellCore Thompson, so here you go, Saturday 48-hour analysis, I thought that was going to do between 14 to 16,000 subscribers. And even then, I thought that was too little. I thought that was just far too little for what this is. And it has sold less. And even with tomorrow, I still expect it to sell less than 14,000. So what's the point you're trying to get across, Hedge? Let's just take a quick look at all these recent Thompsons that we've seen. You've held up quite all right. Thunder God's dropped off, but when times are good, I expect that to recover. It's a white Thompson. It will be beloved. I want to look at this Heatseeker Thompson, because, it's part of a well-established transparent aim sight collection. And, of course, this has transparency, but not as much as you'd probably hope for and imagine. A transparent Thompson can only have so much transparency. It's fairly limited. The HellCore Thompson has the exact same amount. But also, let's just point this out, that did over 33,000 subscribers. HellCore collection is also a transparent aim sight collection. Aside from the L96 and the AK47, SAR's doing very good. MP5, the problem with you was that we also saw those Twitch drops very recently. Yeah, a bit problematic there. But Thompson, you have sold not that much. Now, priced at $4, I guess you could say it's not too surprising. A lack of sales and more skins potentially on the horizon, because what we see over here, oh, that's not what... Sorry. Workshop, sorry. I should have clicked workshop. Oh, wow, look at that. A transparent aim sight custom SMG. Let me remind you, the Ruin SMG from last year is currently selling for about $3 a piece. It went up in price. It became a profit. If we potentially could see even more transparent aim sight weapon skins being produced and accepted, don't you think the collection would appreciate it? Could we end up with a situation very similar to Heatseeker collection? That is the hope. That's an expectation. But also, let's look at all the Thompsons based on price. Let's go ahead and look at all of them based on highest price, and, well, with that listed at $4, it's immediately top 10. But can I just acknowledge that we have the Blackout Thompson here, we have the Pirate Thompson here, we've got the Black Diamond Thompson over here. Wow, hang on a minute. In theory, you might notice that we don't actually have that many Black Thompsons overall, and well, they're all in the positive. They all have worked out quite nicely. Even Cybercode, which isn't actually black, it's just very, very, very dark green, still in the positive. Oh, well then. Okay, well. Huh. So you haven't sold that. Thank you, Windows Security. Thank you. You have only done 12,000 subscribers. You have sold a very similar amount to the Pirate Thompson, and that's doubled in price and more. I'm just saying, I think that's in a very good spot. And I think that actually might turn out to be a pretty good investment. And that is why I'm sitting here and I'm going to say I'm going to offer between $2.50 to $3. I'm going pretty strong, but still it's quite a high price. But still, I don't really expect many other things to compare to it. And with a lack of sales, I could see that retaining its price pretty easily. I wonder how many listings we'll see in the Steam market after a while. That's for us to worry about in the future. So, yeah, $2.50 to $3. Let's now talk about the only skins that are not abnormal. The regular skins that will become marketable tomorrow when the roster rotates. We have the No Mercy SKS. Now, I basically looked at this and I said, you know what? For a while, this was the only white option we had for the snow biome, and then whiteout appeared. But basically, it is still appreciated for that. And if you were to look at every single SKS we currently have, this is the only white one we have. I'm not surprised to see it's the second best-selling skin. I'm not surprised to see it sitting here at 22,000 subscribers. Maybe in the future we'll see another white SKS being accepted. We'll see. I have been keeping an eye out for that optimized collection that's on the workshop at the moment. Maybe we'll see that. We'll see. Anyway, No Mercy SKS. I could see that probably retaining its price for a decent amount of time. But it's coming out during Easter time. So it might have a bit of a funny time initially, but as we go through the summertime, if we do not see anything that could compete with it in terms of a nice white SKS to roam around with your whiteout collection in the snow, I could see that working out quite all right. I could see that potentially doing pretty good. So what am I suggesting? For now, I'll probably do like 90 cents to $1.30. There will be more SKSs on the way. I mean, I just saw Cold Hunter Thompson in the workshop just this past weekend, and that looked good. So, okay. That seems like a perfectly fine way to approach it. Also, let's just quickly look at the other SKSs. Yeah, they're all down in price, but they also sold a lot. So, yeah. Well, not you. People just don't really care about you. So, that's an unfortunate thing to say, but there will be more options available fairly soon. So, all right, cool, understood. And then we've got the sleeping bag. To be honest with you, I just don't really see much with the sleeping bag. It's fine. Role player skin, ha ha ha. I'll just probably offer like 70 cents to $1. I don't really expect much with it. And that's that. We blitzed through that. Okay, cool. So I've got like 5 minutes until the bilders. Let's just quickly talk about other things. We have Easter. Yes, Easter. Ta-da! Right, so all the skins have to be submitted within the next 2 weeks. So this upcoming weekend, you very likely will be seeing some Easter skins being submitted. And then the next weekend after that, I would expect the majority of Easter skins to be submitted. That's what I'm expecting. And so, I can also showcase to you the very first Easter skin. That is one big carrot. Yes, so we'll probably see about 250 Easter skins being submitted. There's 2 rust stores for it, okay? So go look back in the past. Go see all the skins that were accepted last year and the year before that and the year before that. There are potential collection continuations to look forward to. And also, wallpaper, floor paper, and a bunny suit. That's what's being worked on. So, okay. Fair enough. We'll see how that goes. And of course, you'd also expect the chicken suit and the horse suit to return. So, yeah, horse costume, suit costume. No, I'm talking about the things for your legs. Yeah, anyway, cool. So, anything else to address? What's going on over here? For some reason, they keep working on the salvaged axe. So, keep an eye on that. We'll see what becomes of that. They keep working on it, and I don't know why. What do you reckon? So, okay, that's cool. Don't forget to keep an eye on the commits. Potential new things on the horizon. They're currently working on the armoured ladder hatch. There you go, bunny costume. So that's on the horizon. Is it a suit or a costume? Amethyst Rustage egg. That's also on the horizon. So, yep, cool. Lovely, awesome. I do believe they're also working on the crypt building skin again, which very likely could be the special DLC for next month. All right, cool. So that's all good. Let's switch back over to here. I accidentally looked at this first earlier. If you want to stay up to date in regards to all the newest skin submissions that have appeared on the Rust Workshop, consider watching my Rust Workshop skin checks for March 10, 2026. All the collection continuations are listed right there. You can skip ahead if you want to. I provide that to you. Cool. I think I can breathe a little bit now. So, yeah. Sales were fine. I expect to see a little bit more tomorrow. Let's see how all this pans out. Let's now skip ahead and do those barders. I haven't had enough time to breathe. Alright, cool, then let's roll. I'll be using this account first. Hazma sheep at the door. Come on, appear. Go. Oh, right. Might take a while. Usually it takes a good 10 or so seconds, and then boom. Here we are, perfect. Right, first barder, yes please. Hopefully. Right, that was a fast barder. Good job, Hedge. Right, so let's go. Yes. That was a good $1 barder. Plus. Okay. I've got to figure it out in my head. The price is converting. Ah. All right, let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and do this. Right, so yep, also figuring out my brain there, thinking there. Oh, it hurts. It hurts. Sinotype Farm Garage Store? Nope. Nuke Vibe BBQ. You're a vibe, haha. I mean, I might just offer like $1, yeah. Oh, but yeah, you got to figure out, because of course you did say 70 cents, 90 cents, didn't you? Because you don't fully trust it. Maybe I'll be wrong. Nah, I'm going to play it somewhat safe. Yeah, somewhat safe. Sorry to say. Just request 25. Let's see how that goes. Right, we also happen to have the Nuke Room Armored Double Door. How you doing? How you doing? I don't expect it to crash and burn. I don't really expect that. It's sold a decent amount. Yeah, it should be fine. Right, yep, let's go ahead and do that. And then over to here, we've also got the little wheel spinner. Little wheel spinner. I can see people appreciating this one. But it did sell quite a lot. Just don't request too much. See how it goes. And then we have Imprisoned AK47. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if you drop off. Sorry to say. All right, cool. We did a decent amount of barders. You know what? Let's sneak in another one. Hazma sheep in the door. You have barders already going up to $2.50. Wow. Well, that happened. Yep, that happened. Come on then, Hedge. Let's go. Cool. Boom. Okay, that's a decent amount of barders, and I hope I pick these up in the future for a fairly decent price. Same to you. So what we'll do now is I've got to do a giveaway. I was supposed to have done that like an hour or so ago, but the Counter-Strike thing, Rust, Abnormals. If you actually watch me on my streams, so every Wednesday night, link is in the description of this video right now. You'll see my Twitch link, twitch.hedgesn. Get the idea. We always do giveaways and whatnot in anticipation for this. But again, surprising, stupid things happen. So, right, anyway, we'll skip ahead, look at the abnormal barter support, and we'll question, do we actually want to go ahead and buy any of these skins? Okay, it's been over an hour, and if I could just refresh, prices aren't actually appearing just yet, so no, it's not the end of the world. Let's go ahead and look at all these skins. So, first up, Hazma sheep in the door. I've pointed out how the garage door has done a very good job of retaining its price. When this sheep in the door appeared, that garage door went up in price ever so nicely as well. Basically, you'll notice, well, that's a lot of support, over 1,000 barter requests, and the price, well, considering this is selling for $2.49, it's got barders comfortably above $2 as well. So yeah, this is in a very, very, very good spot. If you honestly wanted to go for it, I had to sit here and say, if there were to be a sheep in the door that appears in 2026 that actually does become a nice profit, I'm pretty sure it'll be this one. So just to confirm, based on what we see, the barders go all the way up to its price. There's a lot of them. It doesn't look like it's going to crash and burn anytime soon. Okay, well, I'm going to be buying some. I think I have to. I don't think we'll be seeing that many more anime-themed sheep in the doors anytime soon. Maybe for holidays, but of course with holiday-themed skins, they're out of season, aren't they? That's why I keep mentioning that with the Christmas one. It's nice, but it's out of season, and it'll only really work out nicely when we're back in that season. This, any day, every year. So let's see if we can get that collection continuation. It's looking pretty sweet. Over to here, Naval Camo Tier 2. Well, this is priced at $1.99, and you can see the barders, they go all the way up to $1.70. Again, lots of support behind this. Doesn't look like this will crash and burn anytime soon. I will say, there's a lot of impatient people. So if we do end up waiting until like the end of April to finally end up seeing the Tier 3, or boots and gloves, we'll see. Yeah, some people very likely will be like, I don't want to wait any longer, it's doomed, it's doomed. You know, people just assume the worst. And yeah, they're very likely to just dump their skins and move on. Let's hope that doesn't happen anytime soon. All we have to do is wait a little bit longer. All we have to do is just wait for the Tier 3 to appear in the workshop. I do feel pretty confident it'll be happening, and I'm very likely to be buying a bunch of these tonight as well. I'm feeling pretty confident. When I do the profit review in the future, I certainly hope I don't eat my words, but I feel confident with it. So, yep, vest is also looking pretty sweet as well. Not as much compared to the kilt, but for a vest, that's actually doing very good as well. So if you're honestly thinking we're definitely going to see the Tier 3, don't forget both this and the coffee can are also expected to spike in demand, spike in price ever so nice. It's just usually the kilt will probably be the highest. Doesn't mean these two won't give you any profit. This is $1.49. It's slightly cheaper compared to the other two pieces. Look at the support it has. It's got barders going all the way up to $1.30. Well then, yeah, I have reason to believe that probably is also a very good shout to consider investing into. So yeah, honestly, all three pieces, but honestly, you probably want to buy more of them. That is in a very good spot. We just got to be patient. We just have to wait and see, will we see Tier 3 in boots and gloves? We expect to see it appear. We want to see it in a rust store. HellCore Thompson. When I first saw this, okay, I'm very happy to see it. Let me remind you, 4 weeks in a row in January, we saw consecutive HellCore skins being accepted. But then skin creators had to focus trying to make Valentine skins and Lunar New Year skins, so there had to be a break. It was forced. And throughout all of February, we had set rust stores, Valentine's, Naval Update, Valentine's, Lunar New Year. So all of them were already like occupied. The very second we returned to regular skins in March 2026, boom, HellCore Thompson. Do you feel confident that we'll see another HellCore skin tomorrow? Will we return to consecutive skins being accepted? Because if we do, I think that Thompson's going to have a pretty fun time pretty quickly. I want to buy a bunch of these as well. They're $4 a piece. Oh, maybe just buy 50? Maybe that'd be right. But yes, $4 a piece, and it's got barders. It's got a lot of barders. Over 1,000, looking pretty sturdy, looking pretty strong. Maybe it does not do very well over the course of the next several weeks, considering it's the Easter dip right now. Fair enough. But afterwards, summertime, if we do keep seeing more and more of these HellCore skins, I think that Thompson's going to have a very, very fun time. Let's hope we don't see more $4 skins. $3 was fine. So yes, this is also looking pretty interesting. I think I might have a pop at trying to grab 50 of them. Nuke Vibe BBQ, purely based on the fact that I expect to see another barbecue tomorrow and several more over the course of this month. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if you end up suffering. The actual collection itself, it's not very in demand. I said 70 cents, 90 cents. We've actually got a decent amount of barders actually pushing up to $1. That's cool, but it's not going to retain its price. So, to be honest with you, if you really wanted to grab a bunch of these, just offer like $1.20. Give it time. It wouldn't surprise me if this slowly starts to drop off. It did sell quite a lot, and I reckon the newer barbecues won't sell as much. So this very likely could turn into a bit of a problem. So, alright, cool, understood. Sinotype farm garage door. I mean, I just keep comparing it to the neon one, don't I? But that's like the best thing to showcase. Neon collection started off with a whole bunch of storages, a whole storage collection. Sinotype basically was the same. Does Sinotype end up getting lockers and small boxes? And what else could we see? Fridges, maybe. What would you like to see? Anyway, I don't fully trust this garage door. It really wouldn't surprise me if we see another garage door tomorrow. It really wouldn't surprise me. So yeah, I think if you really wanted to grab a bunch of these and save some funds, just put down a $1.20 barger here as well. It really wouldn't surprise me if you could pick them up for about half the price. Nuke Room double armored door. Well, as you can see, $2. Not bad. But I still expect it to drop off. There will be more armoured double doors. I'm not sure what they're going to look like, but I can confirm to you I saw some pretty interesting collection continuations. And it wouldn't surprise me if at least one Rust door for the rest of this month has 2 armoured double doors in it. So that would mean about 5 in total. Maybe we see an armoured double door being produced for Easter and then it gets accepted. We'll see. But yeah, maybe one of them rolls over into April after Easter as well. We'll see how that turns out. But this, I do expect it to drop off. Honestly, I think you're better off just putting down like a $1.50 barter. Honestly, more specifically a $2 barter if you really want to try and pick them up. I don't know how bad it's going to be. It sold a decent amount, not a ridiculous amount, but there will be more, and they very likely will take away the attention from this. So, cool, understood. Little Will Spinner. You actually have some pretty decent support. Do you reckon the fun novelty design of this will make it a whole lot more appreciated? Do you think, much like with the Zodiac spinning wheel that appeared for Lunar New Year, with it glowing in the dark, people will appreciate it and the price will hold? What do you think? So, I'm curious, I'm interested, but still part of me believes, well, surely people don't actually care about spinning wheels. I would recommend you could probably put down like a $1.20, $1.30 barter, go about halfway, and we'll see what happens next, alright? If you really wanted to grab some, maybe $1.50. Maybe even push up to $2. I believe you could pick this up for a cheaper price. And then we had the AK47. Well, I've seen many $3 AKs in the past, and they've all suffered, mostly. I mean, not all of them. Some of them were pretty cool, like Black Diamond. That turned out nicely. But the majority of higher-priced AK47s, it's not a pretty sight. So, okay. Based on what I'm looking at here, yeah, it's very likely going to go down to less than $1. It wouldn't surprise me. If you really wanted to pick up a bunch of these, just offer $1. I wouldn't be surprised if you pick up quite a lot of them. So, honestly, we've got quite a lot of things to consider buying today. Now, if you're watching this on your lunch break tomorrow, I think you have some time. I'm not expecting an early Rust rotation, but don't be surprised. Also, take into consideration, because we've just figured this out, clocks have changed in America, haven't they? So this specifically is Valve time, where Valve HQ is, because we had a brand new batch of skins appear for that today. We had to figure out when they're going to become marketable in our time zones. But yeah, clocks have changed in America, and in 2 weeks' time, clocks will change in the UK. And Rust skins are based on Face Punch, and Face Punch is based in the UK. So yeah, for Europeans, abnormals will be later. Well, I mean for everybody, but for Europeans, it'll be early in the morning. Uh-oh. So for America, it's still evening time. It's still all right for you, but for us, I'll be here at 1 a.m. Yeah. Right, so just keep it in your heads. Abnormals will be an hour later, but of course, I'm always sitting here streaming, doing the abnormals. You'd know. Had some Americans turn up today, and they're like, Hedge, you better hurry up. Abnormals are happening in like 20 minutes. No. It's all based on UK time. But of course, with Valve games, TF2, Dota, Counter-Strike, all their skins are based on, well, Bellevue, Washington time zone, which is the Pacific Daylight Time zone. Yes, as Micro says, America. So, yeah. But America has 4 different time zones, right? So it gets weird. So I had to specifically find out where they're based in. Cool. Understood. All good. Lovely. So, yeah, that's it. That's a wrap. Some pretty interesting skins. And honestly, you could probably take a pop at that as well. No Mercy SKS. If nothing else comes out like you very likely will be the go-to option for this summer. But what big updates will we see? Hedge doesn't remember the roadmap. Good job, Hedge. Whoops. But yes, I believe there'll be some interesting things. I'm sure boats are just going to get lots and lots more iterations. I wonder if they ever add the ability to build up to metal on boats. Or that, well, I mean, you could just add bigger weapons if you're concerned about how long it's going to take to destroy boats. Or maybe you could make it they're more likely to sink or something, I don't know. But no, but that would defeat the point. Maybe they move slower? Okay. That might be a pretty interesting drawback. So, slower boats, but more sturdy. But wood boats would be like a lot faster, but obviously less sturdy. That might be pretty cool. Couldn't hurt to try. Right then, so we're not here to talk about like fantasy and all that. We'll see what happens next, right? Feel free to comment below if you bought any of the skins this week. There's a lot of very appetizing, very interesting designs. But of course, now we question what could be accepted next. Please don't forget, lots of barbecues were submitted over the past month or so. We are expecting quite a lot of them. But this past weekend, we saw a lot of interesting collection continuations. 3 different sleeping bags that are collection continuations. We also happened to see an attempt for a storage collection. Sendox, what are you doing? What are you doing? We got some very nice looking garage doors. We got a pretty cool looking sheet metal double door. Look, the return of Cobalt Jungle. Maybe we'll see that. Transparency, camouflage. Oh, yeah. Which armor double door will you like to see? Why don't we go ahead and look at micro522.com? This is linked in the description. This will keep track of all the votes based on loads of up votes, down votes, favorites, views. You get the idea. The top performing skins so far: Apotheosis of War Armor Double Door, Optimized SAR, Space Station Barbecue. We can't count this one because technically it was last week. Tree of Life Sheet Metal Door, Card Reader Armor Double Door, Nuke Vibe Crossbow, Cobalt Jungle Sheet Metal Double Door, Alien Egg Wasteland Recruit, Core Loke Sheet Metal Door. Lots of interesting skins. Will we see that many early picks tomorrow? Or maybe, if I just go back, scroll up. Look at the previous batch of things Hedge has done. Here we go. Scroll down. Look at all the barbecues. Look at all the collection continuations. Maybe some sausages. Yeah. But if I could go all the way down to the bottom, let's get a quick look at all the clothing and the armor. Because for the past 2 weeks, we really haven't seen that much. That's all the clothing and armor from last week. Or rather, the week before, I guess you could say. And then this past weekend, this is all we've seen. So if you're thinking, dang, will we ever see Black Ops Tier 2? I really wouldn't be surprised if we do see it tomorrow. Or maybe something from a year ago. Who knows? Why not a pair of CS2 style gloves? We'll see. That was made by the guy that made Popstar. Why not make a Popstar tactical glove? I might actually comment that. That might be cool. Right, okay. That's it. That's a wrap. So thank you very much for watching me. I greatly appreciate it. Let's see what appears tomorrow. Again, I'm not expecting an early rush rotation, but considering, American time, for Americans it might not be early, but for us, the Europeans, it very likely could be a little bit early. So, cool. That's it. That's a wrap. Catch you later. See you. Goodbye.